This is my ultimate cranking combo. The other day I showed you guys my Shimano Calcutta Conquest 201 HG, and I said I would do a separate video and kind of tell you guys what I was going to use it for, what I was going to pair it with, basically just talk a little bit about what I was going to do. And I have the combo I have the combo right here. This is a 13 fishing 711 Envy Black Crankinstein rod. This is the granddaddy of your crankbait rods. This thing is an absolute beast. I've got it paired with Sunline FC Sniper. I'll be using some different pound tests with it, ranging from 10 pound to 16 pound. Right now I actually have the big line on there. I've got the 16 pound line. Reason for that is these big boys right here are what I'm going after first. I have the most luck catching these giant hybrid bass at the earlier part of the year into the early spring. So I opt for a little bit bigger line because those fish can get huge. I'm absolutely positive there are some state record fish swimming in my local lake. They can easily get to 15 pounds, and I'm confident that there are 20 pounders out there. That one in the picture there, I'll let you guys debate what you think that one weighs. He's between 15 and 20 though. Big fish. We're going to be throwing baits like this. This is a Lucky Craft Skeet Reese Magnum 110, and I've got a few other baits out here. We've got two more of those Magnum 110s, and then we got some 10XDs, and we're talking about Magnum crankbaits. That is really what I'm going to be using this combo for majority of the time. I'm probably going to be throwing some swim baits as well. So they'll get a little bit of action on this combo, but it's mostly for these big crankbaits. A lot of guys are talking about just, what you can do with these big baits. There's been a lot of huge fish caught with them. I think my local lake is a perfect candidate to throw those things at. I mentioned it in my other video that guys throw swim baits and stuff out on the West Coast. They have this clear water, and the fish see the baits, S action, and come up and nail it, and they get all these huge fish. My local lake, it's got some big fish in it. It's got some big bass. I've caught an 8-pounder out of it. I know other people have as well. There's been a few over 10 pounds actually. So there are big bass there, but this lake is different than some of those West Coast lakes or those lakes with trout. The water is typically stained or on the murky side, and there's not trout in there, but there's giant gizzard shad, and there's also a lot of bluegill. And the lake is kind of on the shallower side. The deepest point is only about 30 feet. That's why I fished the 10XDs, but I'm really excited for the Lucky Crafts because they offer that huge profile, but I can hit that mid-range depth, kind of around 10 feet, 12 feet. That's where I've got most of my big ones. My biggest bass this year was a 6.5-pounder, and I caught him out of about 12 feet. So I'm hoping to use these giant Magnum crankbaits to get more of those bites. So that is what the Conquest is going to go for. And you guys probably heard me mention I got the HG model. That's a slightly faster gear ratio, a 6:1. And one reason, I prefer that ratio just because I kind of like the medium speed. But another thing I want to put in this video is something that Aaron Martins has actually been talking about. If you're a crankbait fisherman or just want to learn more about it, you need to check out this video of Aaron Martins fishing. He's actually cranking with a Shimano Metanium. That's it's a 721, 711. It's a high-speed reel, and he talks in the video about how he only cranks with high-speed reels now, or really uses high-speed reels for everything. And basically, the technology, it's so advanced now that using a high-speed reel, it's not going to wear out your gears. It's not going to mess up your reel. You know, the Calcutta Conquest and the Metanium, they have the micro-module gearing. They've got X-Ship. You know, they've got all these features where you can have this high-speed reel, and it's not going to matter what type of giant bait you crank through the water with it. It's not going to hurt the reel. And having that extra speed, you know, you basically crank slower, you know, to get your desired, you know, whatever speed with your bait. But as soon as you hook up, you know, a couple quick turns of the handle, boom, you've kind of got that bait, you've already kind of reel set with it. And then any little sweep of the rod, I mean, you're going to bury that hook in the fish. You know, you're pulling up that extra line real quick. It gives you some extra advantages. So that's something that's kind of new that's going on in the bass fishing world that I think you guys should definitely be aware of and definitely read into. As someone who fishes a lot of cranks, I thought it was really interesting. I always have preferred the middle gear ratios, you know, 6.4 ones, 6.2 ones. I never was really a super big fan of the low gear ratio because I liked having a little extra speed too, but I never really thought about going one step up. Might try that this year with some square bills, we'll see. But the Calcutta Conquest, I think that 6.21, that should be plenty for getting these huge bruiser baits, pulling them through, hooking fish and winching them in. But this is basically it here, guys. This is I'm a guy who fishes a lot of crankbaits. I can't think of a better combo than this right here. I mean, this is the reel. I mentioned in the little review or the little unboxing that it's got every, you know, bell and whistle that Shimano has. Sunline FC Sniper, I love that line for cranking. And then the Crankinstein rod. That's kind of what I said in the other video I have it in. I mean, I actually had my little name on Bass Resource, my Crankinstein profile. I actually had it before they made the rod, so I feel like they've actually made the thing for me, which of course isn't true, but you know, it's just kind of neat, just a little extra, you know, something that makes it cool. But the rod is, it's awesome in its own right. I didn't just get it because I like the name of it. It's just such a great rod, and you can just bomb these giant baits. And that's what we're going to be doing this year. We're going big. I'm hoping to get some on the water GoPro action videos for you guys. Hopefully pulling in some behemoths out there. So I hope you enjoyed the vid, and we'll catch you later, and good luck if you're out there on the water. Take it easy.